Hello YouTube and welcome to How Do I Loadout. This time, I think this is actually one of the last videos I'll be doing in this playlist. We will be covering rocket customization options. As you might expect, this will only apply to the launcher chassis, which is I'll be using this setup here. So yeah. You have your standard set of 5 payloads. I've already covered them in a previous video, so I won't be covering them again here, instead skipping straight to propulsion. You have quite a few options actually. You have the standard rocket, which looks a bit like this. Flies straight, leaves a trail. As you can see, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's certainly impossible to outrun. So we then have lobbed. Leaves a significantly shorter grenade, but obeys gravity. Also, does the same amount of damage as a standard cage barrel. Or rather the standard rocket propulsion. Agile, interesting option of sorts. Ignores gravity, but flies slower, but does more damage as an exchange. It's always fun to see them splash. What's next? Mortar, a variant on lobbed. It's more resistant. It resists the air more, but does slightly more damage. Used as you might expect, a mortar. So effectively, it doesn't have as much range, but if you get a shot off, I think it does about as much damage as an agile rocket. No, just slightly less, sorry. Okay, so what's next? Scuttle. Unique. I have never seen another weapon do this. As the name might imply, your shot scuttles along the ground. Deals an intense amount of damage in this setup, but let's face it, if you can do it right, is this it? It's nearly a one-shot, nice. So yeah, that's Scuttle. And there's Corkscrew. Similar to the pulse dynamic corkscrew, the shot will spiral through the air, sacrificing precision aiming for a higher likelihood of a direct hit. There are also, under the propulsion category, I cannot demonstrate them because I don't have the right prerequisites, but there is Turbo, where the rocket flies faster, but does less damage than the standard launcher, than standard rocket propulsion. Super Slow, which is like an increased, extreme version of Agile, and Super Scuttle, which is a faster variant of Scuttle that does less damage. Okay, so that summarises what the various propulsions are. We move on to the shells. The shells are effectively how the rocket reacts upon hitting the surface. So, impact will deal with its detonation there and then on impact. Sticky acts as a mine, which can be attached to players. Makes a lot of sense when you attach it to a moving player like so. Okay, not like that, because I'm a terrible aim, and I'm lagging quite badly. There. So, yeah, that can happen as well. Bouncing rockets. Bounces once, then explodes on the second impact. And the last one is rebounding, which bounces several times before detonation. Cannot demonstrate. Then you have the detonators. I'm going to switch it to sticky, just to demonstrate. Contact, which explodes pretty much as soon as it hits. Sorry, I'm rubbing the mic. I need to stop that. Manual, which pretty much only explodes when you tell it to. Can be airburst. Looks quite impressive, but if you can hit one of them, I'll be quite impressed. So, yes, what was next? Oh yes, the proximity. One of the ones I'm actually after. Proximity does significantly less damage, but explodes whenever an enemy gets close. Cannot confirm if it works on friendlies, because I haven't bought it yet. And lastly, timed. Guaranteed to go off after a certain amount of time. So, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5... Yeah, so that's that. I'll be switching back to a standard rocket, which will blow up on impact to demonstrate the dispersal patterns. So you have explosive, which you've actually seen quite a bit of already, just a straight up Boom. You have cluster, which drops effectively pellets, which in turn explode. If you can get the clusters to hit, you can do, I think, about the same amount of damage as a standard explosion, but over a slightly wider area. The flak, as you might expect, explodes in a set area and does it damage over time. The closer the target is to the epicenter, the more damage is dealt. Quad cluster and extra wide cluster are variants on the cluster explosion radius, which drop 4 slightly stronger bombs, or 8 slightly weaker bombs. Or is it that they spread for... I don't exactly understand it, but all I know is that the more bombs you have, the wider it'll spread, I think. Let me confirm that, I'm not sure. We're learning things. So yeah, there you are. Cannot confirm for sure, but I do think they do slightly altered damage. So yeah, that's the rocket customization options in a nutshell. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I believe that is the absolute last of the How Do I Loadout videos. So, thank you for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe if you have, I may do some more How Do I's in the future. But until then, Phoenix out.